What is up, everybody? It's been a very long time since I made a video, so kind of just wanted to bring another video out. And beside me I have my 92 Ranger, so kind of want to make a video on that. I still have the Subaru, so kind of want to give you a little overview of my 92 Ranger and a little backstory to it. So here we go.
La noche llama, siente la explosión. Fuego, fuego, nuestra canción. Sun-kissed bodies dancing in the glow.
Alright, so little backstory on this thing. This used to be my dad's truck. He had it for, I would say, about 15-16 years, and then I actually made an agreement with him about acquiring this truck. I was going to help him swap some stuff on his Suburban and all that. So anyways, he actually got this Ranger on a mechanic trade. He's a mechanic by by trade. Yeah, so he did some mechanic work for, I guess, a buddy or a friend or something like that, and on a different vehicle, and decided, hey, we can't pay you, but we'll give you this Ranger. So they had the title and everything. Said, here you go. Thanks, for fixing my other vehicle. And so this actually didn't have a motor or anything. It had a blown head gasket whenever he received it. And I don't think I have a picture of it, but if I do, I will include a picture of what it looked like whenever I first got it. It didn't have the heads on it, just had the block in there, and obviously it's a 4.0. And so I was doing a lot of like little side business stuff, mowing grass, doing pressure washing, stuff like that. And I said I needed a truck, and so that's whenever I asked my dad, hey, Ranger, what are we doing with it? It has been sitting for a long time. I'll include a picture of what it looked like. And so after that, got on everybody's favorite app, got on Facebook Marketplace, found me an Explorer for $500. Owner said that 5 years ago the water pump went out and they just left it to the side. They didn't fix it or anything. So I messaged them, said, hey, I'll give you $300 if it runs and drives, and I put it on the trailer. Me and my dad went, we brought starter fluid, jumper box, hooked it up to the Explorer, fired right up, drove it on the trailer, handed him $300. So then I tore everything down off the Explorer, got the motor out. We did a full reseal kit, valve cover gasket, stuff like that, minus the head gaskets, to this motor, and put it in here, and it's been perfectly fine ever since. So that's a little backstory to the Ranger. So let's get into the cool stuff. So we're going to start from the very front and work our way all the way to the back. So obviously up front you can see that there's no front bumper. There's going to be a soon-to-be winch set up there that sits behind the front bumper. So that'll be another video. We have a light bar up here. Forget how long this is. I think 24 inches, maybe, or 16 inches. But it definitely brings out a lot of light. Works really well. And I'll show you the switches for that. This grill, I actually painted it black. It came off of the Explorer, so this is not the original Ranger grill. It came off the Explorer. Painted it black, and then did my own homemade Raptor lights. These are just the amber trailer lights. We got new headlights, turn signals. We have our aux beam switch panel. So got an aux beam switch panel. I can make a video on how all that gets wired up in the future if there's any interest. 4.0 automatic. I wanted an automatic, that way whenever I go overlanding, I don't have to worry about any clutch issues, or if I'm on a steep hill having to ride the clutch to get up a hill and stuff like that. So automatic was a definite plus for me. For our wheel and tire combo, we're running the Method MR305s. These are 16 by 7s, I believe, with like a 0 offset. They are wrapped in 265 75/16 Falcon Wad Peaks AT4s. Alright, so inside I have my aux beam panel that I need to put my little bracket on the back side, or put some double-sided tape there to hold it there. But as you can see, I have air, I have a cargo light, and I have a light bar. We'll get into that here in a second. My oil pressure switch doesn't work, so I installed a mechanical gauge. That way I know where it's at exactly as far as oil pressure, because if you guys know, on the Rangers it's only a on or off switch. So you either have oil pressure or you don't, and I don't really like that feeling of, if the oil pressure goes down, there's no oil pressure at all. I like to see exactly where it's at, so got that mounted in there. We got this phone holder up here, works pretty great. And then we have our wolf box. Here's the rear, here's the front, here's both. It works phenomenal. I love it. It works good. You can use it as a regular mirror. Tap on it, use it as the digital mirror. We got an Apple CarPlay here. Nothing too fancy in here. I did wrap the headliner in suede. The old headliner was falling down and in the way. Got my patches up there. So that's enough for the interior. There's really nothing too fancy besides some of the digital stuff. So we didn't talk about the suspension, because I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't know what kind of suspension is on it. I'll let you look at it. Whenever my dad got this truck, it was already sitting on that kind of suspension. So it obviously is lifted. I'm not sure what kind of lift. I'm assuming maybe a 4-inch lift. I think that's what that is. So it does need some stuff to it. I'm gonna keep the front springs. It definitely needs front shocks, rear shocks. So Bilstein makes a good 5100 set for these vehicles. So I think about doing that. I have an account with them, so I can get a discounted price for them. To the camper top. This camper top is for a 93 and up Ranger. Mine's a 92, so it's a first generation, second revision, I guess you could say. But this is a second generation camper top. You can see how it don't fit very good here. It's a little bit taller than the roof line of the Ranger. None of this bothered me at all, and I think it looks good. So you can see the edges here. So I think the camper shell looks very great on the Ranger. So excuse the mess, I've got to throw this bed out. Right here's the rear camera mount for the wolf box. It does have a full exhaust from the manifold all the way back done. It's been redone. Yeah, try to make it as quiet as possible. So whenever I wanted to do this build, I wanted the exhaust to be as high as possible and as quiet as possible. I didn't want the exhaust to overhang or get hung up on anything while I go overlanding or mountain trips and stuff like that. So whenever I got the truck sent off to do the exhaust, I wanted it to be as high as possible so it doesn't catch on anything. And it's a Ranger. I don't need a fancy Borla exhaust and cracks and popples and stuff like that. It's not a tuner car. Yeah, I just wanted it to be as quiet as possible. So I think I got it. It's to the point where it's fairly quiet, but it's not super quiet. And I'll give you a little start up real quick. Yeah, I got a little bit of ticking noise. It's the usual 4.0 problems. I got to replace some stuff in the top end of the motor, but we'll get there eventually. But overall, she's done pretty good. She runs pretty good. I can't complain at all. I do have to fix some rust spots, but those pillars are solid. So pillars are solid. Can't complain. So that's gonna be it for the Ranger build video. Look out for more videos on the Ranger. Like I said, I am gonna do a winch setup. I'll do video on that. I got ditch lights I need to go up, so I'm gonna make a thorough video on that stuff whenever I get that stuff put on. And stay tuned. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. We'll see you next time. Peace.